Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. Guys, this looks so freaking good for a long. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna long this. If we close above in a few minutes, in a few seconds, this is gonna be my only trade of the day. Let's do this with 3 micros. Stop loss will be down here. Take profit will be up here at equal highs. This is gonna be my only trade, guys. Maybe I'll do 2 units on it. As long as we get the 5-minute close above, this will be the only trade of the day for me. On the 1 minute, we do have this right here, so I'd love to see us close above this as well at the same time. That would be really nice. But ultimately, it's just the 5-minute that I really care about in this situation. We have a really nice setup here that I missed this morning, but this would be really good, guys, if you didn't do something yet. Oops. If you didn't take anything yet, I think that would be pretty good. Where's the rainbow setting? There. All right, that should be good. So guys, pay attention now to the next 5-minute and the next 1-minute candle. Yes, you in theory want to see the 1-minute close above as well, but I think they'll both be good. I think I'm going to enter early. I won't enter early. The next 5-minute candle closes in 5 minutes. Unfortunately, it's going to be a while till it closes. If the 1-minute closes above, you can take it early if you really want to. Though in theory, this was the best setup, right? We swept liquidity to the downside right here. And then we inversed this woman. I did not see this. I was not at the computer. Been super busy this week, but this looks super good, guys. This would have been your entry, and then you would hold. But if you want the entry now, I mean, technically you have to wait for the 5, but I do think this is going to close above. But if you really want to take something and you're itching to take it, you can take the 1 minute if it does close above. Totally up to you. Such a tough place to be in because we have these equal highs above right over here that I really want as my target. But I can't just take anything, unfortunately. Man, this is going to be a tough one. Because we just closed the 5-minute, and we have to wait another 3 minutes essentially now. What I'm going to guess is happening is this is going to be probably the low, and then we're going to go up to this high, and then we're just going to rock it all the way up here. That's my guess. Just a tough spot to be in, guys. Pay attention to how we react to the bottom of this 5. But we have an order block here on the 1-minute too. So there's a lot of different situations that could play out here. But basically, like I said, if we get a 5-minute close above this fair value gap right here, that would be your entry for the trade. Right, let's say we got it right there. Stop loss would be a 5-minute close back below. It wouldn't be a hard stop. It would be a 5-minute close. So depending on where that is, it'd be here, here, somewhere. And my take profit would be the equal highs, which come around somewhere around here. There's a new week opening gap. It's in between two new week opening gaps. So it's a tough spot. What I would probably do, guys, if we do get this set up, I'll probably take my profits at the bottom of the new week opening gap on NQ, which comes right here. Right, I'm looking at NQ, guys. That's what I use to base my trades. So the equal highs are right here. They come from something that formed on December 31st. Now, did we just create more equal highs right here? I don't know if we took these out by a tick. No, we didn't. So we still have this buy-side liquidity here. We have this buy-side liquidity up here. We have this buy-side liquidity up here. So we have a few targets before the equal highs, don't get me wrong. But I still do think that this will be a great setup. So we got 2 minutes till the next close. That is where my entry will be if we get it. So let's see, guys. 2 minutes. 1 minute left now. Let's see if they give us a nice, clean, easy entry. I don't know if they will, but we also have buy side right above here that we missed out on, so I think this will be it. Hopefully they give us a nice, easy entry here. And again, the stop is not exactly here. It'll probably be somewhere around here. But I will keep the stop down here until the next 5-minute candle closes, assuming we get the candle close above. So let's see what happens. 30 seconds until this candle closes. So again, if we get this is a live account, guys. I didn't trade with a live account yesterday, but I will be trading live today. Only on funded accounts though, not on cash accounts today. I'm going to wait till next week to input cash accounts again. But I still think this setup is good enough to take on a funded. Now, no close above here, so we have to wait for the next 5-minute candle. What I'm going to do, guys, if we get a close above this 1-minute gap, I will try it. Because if we just get a huge push up here and I miss the trade, I just think it's too good not to take. So we'll see what we get. Also, if we somehow manage to sweep this liquidity and we get an A+ 1-minute long, I'll just completely disregard the 5-minute gap and use the 1 minute. And that just comes from screen time. It's something that should work. So we'll see. How's Tesla doing today, guys? Tesla pushing decently. Ulta, interesting. Anything going crazy? 21% on Rivian. Whoa, 12% on Riot. Let's go. I sold some puts on this. I should have gotten filled on my order. I'm probably going to buy those back, by the way. I know I posted that in the Discord, but let's see what happens here, guys. Hopefully we can create some kind of an order block, and then we get another 5-minute close above. That'll be even more confluence to take the long. Well, guys, I rushed onto here. I didn't think I was going to make it in time, but it looks like we should still get the right setup here. So my guess is that somewhere here is going to be the lows of the remaining lows of the day, and then they'll push it higher up to buy side. So again, guys, we do have, so we took out this tiny buy side here. We do have buy side above here. Then we have buy side here. This is also an area that we missed yesterday or the day before. We've got buy side at the top of the new week opening gap. So a lot of different areas that could be the winner here. 52, so we got 3 minutes till the close. Hopefully they stall it here, but my guess is that they're just going to take it higher now. We just started the macro time too at 10:50, so this looks so good to me. So good. But again, guys, we're going to be patient and wait for the close. Because if we're truly bullish, we'll close above and we'll just rock it. If we are bearish on the day, then this 5-minute fair value gap is going to act as resistance to bring us lower. So keep in mind that's always a possibility. Right? So it looks like we're rejecting so far. Again, if we can form like a 5-minute red candle here and then we close back above it, that's another extra awesome confluence we can use for the longs. End phase looking super nice, guys. I sold some puts on this. They're up like 80 or 90% right now. So we'll be closing those out. I think they close today. They expire on a Friday. I'd love to get a sign on them, but if they don't, they don't. Okay, so you guys can see we're rejecting so far from this 5 minute. It doesn't really mean anything to me because again, my bias is bullish and we have equal highs. You can see them here on NQ. We have all this buy side liquidity in NQ. Where did the buy side come from again, guys? We have these 3 sets of highs and then the equal highs are up here. So though I'm seeing down PA right now, my bias is bullish for the short term. Also, if you look on the hourly chart, you can see we inversed this hourly fair value gap yesterday. And I actually took a swing trade on one of my accounts up to this buy side. Now, I'm not going to call an hourly fair value gap in the Asian session for Discord. I like to trade a day trade, but I'm never going to like call overnight swing futures on Discord. That's just not responsible. It was on an account that I could afford to lose money on, and I mean, anyone can afford to lose money in any account, but it was just too good for me personally to miss out on, so I took it. And again, my take profit was at this buy side that happened in the morning, so I wasn't even on the screen, and I had my stop loss down here at the bottom of this new week opening gap. But anyways, so what I can look for too, guys, if you're looking for something on the shorter time frames, wait for this liquidity to get swept, and if we get a 1 minute inverse from here, then that would be another really good setup. And then I would just hold it. I wouldn't take profits here. I would basically anticipate that the 5 minute was going to close above and that we're going to go higher from there. But we'll see what happens in this set of moves here. By the way, anyone who's on live that is a normal viewer, if you guys have taken any trades today, let me know and I'll tell you if they're good. Because I wasn't on the screen. I wasn't able to update anybody. So it's always good to hear what you guys are taking when I'm not giving advice. Okay, so this is a potential 5 minute order block forming. What's an order block again, guys? It's just a set of down closed candles. And if we are able to fill orders back to the upside above the body of the 5 minute candle, then it becomes an order block and it's in theory used as a propulsion or a support in the market to bring us higher. So when I see a really beautiful 5 minute fair value gap like this combined with an OB, it gives me even more confidence that this will work to the upside. So again, guys, we're going to be patient and wait. Unfortunately, we have another 4 minutes until this, 3 minutes now until this candle close. But regardless, it still looks so good for upside trading if we can get a close above. If you guys want to try something early, you can just take it once the, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but you could, in theory, let's say we don't close above the fair value gap and we just close right here, you could still enter long and your stop loss would be at the low of the order block, either the body or the wick, whichever you prefer. I prefer the body just to manage risk a little bit better, but we'll see what happens with the close, right? So hopefully this is going to be a really nice trade. Let me see if there's any good shorts this morning. Yeah, guys, this is a pretty good short. So we swept this buy side liquidity here, and then we had this down close candle. Personally, I wouldn't take it because we had buy side right above, but you can see that it worked nicely all the way down to this low. But yeah, guys, this looks like it's setting up for a very nice long. I'm telling you right now. 2 minutes till the candle close. Hopefully this green candle closes all the way above the 5 and creates an order block. That will be a plus, and I'll take that full size. Well, full size for this account, because this is a funded account that I'm trying to get up to almost 53K, and I'm not risking more than $200, give or take, a day on the account. So again, guys, just even though I think this is going to work, I'm not going to take it until I have confirmation, right? In this case, the confirmation is going to be a 5 minute close above the 5 minute fair value gap. And you see this is really good too because we swept liquidity. We have buy side targets above. We're in a macro time. Like, there's no better time to be taking something like this. 1 minute left until the close, guys. It looks like it's probably just going to push us. But again, only taking the long if the 5 minute closes. The body. I don't care if it wicks above like this. I want to see the body close above the fair value gap, and that will be the entry for the trade. This will be my only trade of the day. If we lose the trade, we're done. If we win the trade, I'm done. But if there is another opportunity later, I will log on to, I got a bunch of evals yesterday for the 90% off sale on Apex. So I got a bunch of 250K. So we're going to try and run one up to 20,000 profit. Okay. That's what I will do. God damn. Just give us the close. Okay. 10 seconds left. Let's see if we get it. Looks nice so far. What I will do, guys, if the body closes above, I think I will enter this as an order block. Yeah, guys, I'm going to enter this here. Stop loss for me is going to be a hard stop below this candle's body low. So I'm going to move my stop right here. And essentially, I'm basically betting on this 5 minute inversing to the upside. So we'll see if I'm right, we'll see if I'm wrong. But technically this is now an order block, so I'm using that as my support for the market to go higher. And then I'm basically hoping and praying we get a 5 minute close as well, and then that'll just take us higher. Because if this is going to be a really good trade here, I'm assuming they're just going to close it above the 5, and they're not going to give anyone a chance to enter, and it's going to go higher. So this is much riskier, guys. If you want to wait for the 5 minute close, I highly suggest it. But this is what I am personally doing. Again, guys, completely up to you what you decide to do. So we got 4 minutes until the candle close. Again, I'm taking an early entry because I believe this order block will drive us higher, but it's not the true entry. Not the true entry. The true entry is a 5 minute close above the fair value gap. We got 4 minutes till this 5 minute candle closes. So what I'd like to see is pretty immediate bullish reactions. I don't really like the stalling I'm seeing just yet, but hopefully it flips around here. And so this order block, guys, in theory, if this trade is going to work, we shouldn't go below the 50%. That should be where we hold. If we start trading below the 50, then my trade really doesn't look great. Again, the 50% of the high to the low. And we got 3 minutes left, guys, or a little bit less than 3 minutes, basically 2 minutes left till the candle close. So what I'd love to see here is just an immediate bullish reaction, maybe a close up here, so we're closing above the 1 minute at the same time, right? Because we have this 1 minute fair value gap holding down price. That would be the best situation here. We got 3 minutes, 2 minutes left, guys, until the candle close. So we'll see what happens. So I think what I'm going to do, if this high gets swept, guys, I'm basically going to theorize that we are not going to come back down to the 5 minute, and I will move my stop to break even once this high is swept. Just in case I'm wrong. Bullish off the 0.5 for now. Hey, dang, your mic is quiet. How about now, guys? Is it better? Whoa, that was a huge push. All right, guys, I'm moving my stop to break even here. If I win the trade, I win it. If not, I don't. But I'm going to take my profits probably at this new week opening gap. We'll see. Let's go, Tristan. So you guys say how that was an order block trade? I'm going to take one off at the buy side right here. And then I'm going to take the other off at the new week opening gap. So hopefully I get it, but we'll see. Guys, is my mic better now? Can you hear me a little better? Can you hear me better? Hello, hello, hello. I can move the decibels up. How about now? Is that better? No, it's so quiet. Really, guys? It's quiet? Because I have it on full volume. How about now? Is that better? Properties. Should be on 100%. Doll, is your volume up, bro? Because I'm on full. It's picking up everything I can see. That's so weird. Hold on, guys. About now, can you guys hear me better? Hello, 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 hello. Feedback. Guys, I'm going to move my stop down here. Should I? I'm going to move my stop to the 50% of the OB, just in case I get that. And can hear feedback. What the hell's going on? Hold on, let me try one more thing here. All right, guys. Some people are saying it's too loud. Some people are saying it's too quiet. Now, can you guys hear me better? Hello, hello. Man, that is unfortunate. We hit the high and then we're going to probably get stopped for a loss, but that's okay. I'm going to move the stop down, guys, to a 5-minute close below, just in case, because I still think this is very bullish. I'm guessing that they're wicking this down to try and stop out longs before they bring it higher. So the stop for me, guys, is going to be a 5-minute close back below the fair value gap, which in this case happens in the next 3 minutes. Okay, Dahl says the volume is better. Okay, good. Hopefully it stays better. Maybe they're coming down to take out liquidity. I don't know, but we shouldn't trade lower than this OB, honestly, if we're bullish here. What happened to the 1 minute here? Did we close above on the 1? We actually held the 1 perfectly. So what I'm guessing is going to happen here, guys, is we're going to take out liquidity and then go higher. But we'll see what happens. I should have taken a partial, but it's not part of my model, guys. It was too low, too small of a win. I mean, technically it was like 20 points, but yeah, this should work. This should be working, guys. I don't know what is going on with it, but hopefully it's just forming a wick to hold the 5-minute and then go higher. But if the 5-minute closes below, I'll have to wait for a re-entry, unfortunately. Damn. So maybe it's coming down to sweep liquidity. I don't know. But if the 5-minute closes below, guys, I will have to exit the trade, unfortunately, which is in 2 minutes and a half pretty much now. 1 minute left. So guys, a lesson for you. I had my stop at break even here and I moved it down because I was expecting this to work. And you can see here that this obviously is not the candle you want to see. I should have just let it stop me out and be fine. But it was a little bit of greed and a little bit of confidence, but primarily it was because the win wasn't big enough. Should not have done that. Again, this is a very small account. Like if it was a really, really, really strong cash account, then I would be a little bit more conservative with it, but I shouldn't have done that. So if the 5 minute closes below, guys, I will have to take a 135L, but we'll see what happens here. All right, guys, so we are going to, what I'm going to do, just because of my idiotic trading, I'm going to move my stop to this wick. If this wick gets swept, then I'll be out of the trade. So essentially, I'm just allowing for this to be liquidity and then hopefully bring us higher, that this is just a trick. But in theory, you should be closing out the trade. I'm just going to protect my risk with this wicks low, and hopefully we get a strong bullish reaction here back up to hold the 5. But if you guys want to close out the trade, this is the time to do so. And there is the L. All right, guys, so that is my one trade of the day on this account. So I'm going to log out and I'm going to go on to a let's do a 250K. And we'll see if we can run this one up. All right, so this is from the swing trade I took last night. I'm up 4,000 on this one. And let's see if we can get us up to buy side. Tristan says I entered at 77 and closed at 98. That's good, bro. Yeah, you closed at the buy side. Yeah, I'm thinking what's going to happen here. I mean, that was really, really tough. Hopefully we sweep this liquidity on the 1 minute and then we get the long. I mean, this still looks like it's ready to go up to me. It's just trying to manipulate traders out of longs. Let's see if I limit buy here. If I TP up here, if I do this with 10 contracts, that's only a $2,000 win. This looks, guys, if I got stopped out on this wick and it's going to go here, it's going to be upsetting. But lesson learned, guys, even if you're confident with a setup, if you entered here on the order block and it hit buy side liquidity, move your stop to break even. Do yourself a favor. Yeah, Tristan, I want some 250K accounts. All I have for my fundeds are 50s, and I want something a little bit bigger. I don't use a copy trader, and I don't really want to set them up. That seems like a really big hassle on the Mac. So I'd rather just trade with 250K accounts. Not 250K, $250,000 accounts, sorry. But this looks like we will probably go up, but we'll see. Tristan, do you have any 250K or 300K accounts? I think I have a 300K as well. Yeah, I have a 300K, but I'm not going to use that one yet. Top Step's so expensive, but the copy trading makes it so easy. Tristan, can you copy trade on Top Step with a Mac? 150K Top Steps? Oh, that's right. I think I remember you saying that. Okay, so what I think is happening here, I mean, I might be wrong, but maybe this liquidity was being swept to take us higher. Let me look at the 2-minute. So the 2-minute has a really nice looking fair value gap that I actually will take because we've now officially closed above the 5. So guys, if this 2-minute closes above, I'll take this long one more time. Excuse me. I have trading view for important levels and everything I take for entries on TSX. I forgot, but Tristan, you don't have a Mac, right? You have the really good PC, if I'm not mistaken. You have a MacBook and a PC, but you trade on your PC? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, guys, so if the 2-minute closes above, I think this looks pretty darn good. We also have a 3-minute, so I would probably wait for the 3, honestly. Because liquidity got swept. We have a 2-minute inverse. Hopefully the 2 and the 3 close at the same time. And then I would use that to go long. I think this is a stop out trade. They're sweeping liquidity before taking it higher. That is my opinion. That was a really that was a tricky maneuver, guys. The fact that we swept buy side and got that immediate rejection after the 5-minute close above, that was really tricky. I'm actually surprised they did that. I don't know, maybe the algorithm's catching on to the 5-minute IFEGs. Who knows? Should I take this with 20 contracts, guys? Take profit at the buy side? Or at the equal highs even? Should I try and hold this all the way up? With 20 cons? I'll do it with 10, guys. I can't over risk on this. I want to pass these accounts. So the 3-minute candle closes in 2 minutes. So we'll see if we get a nice long entry. Would that be considered SMT? Oh, yeah, it is SMT because ES made a higher high. And we're rejecting from a new week opening gap on ES, interestingly. So yeah, this is SMT, guys, but I still think this is bullish enough that I would still take this. ES had a really nice 1-minute short here. We closed below and we swept both sets of liquidity. Did we form equal lows here on ES? No, so we just swept this sell side. So I'd hope that this is going to be the thing that drives us higher here. Again, guys, I don't use like SMTs too much with ES, but I will admit they are great to use for Confluence. But I don't think this is the best SMT. But we'll see. I mean, if we get the inverse, I'm taking this regardless. But we'll see if this actually ends up being a short. That was a tough day for sure. Yeah, I mean, I like SMTs when they're at highs. So like I saw somebody asked me yesterday about an SMT like in discount of the range. And I do like that we swept this buy side informed SMT, but my ultimate draw here is these 3 highs for NQ. So I take these into less account, though they do work. Maybe like intraday to liquidity, but I'll still use a good fair value gap regardless if my target is higher, which in this case, NQ is stronger than ES. I'm expecting this to go. So the next 3 minute close is at 21. 2 minute close is at 20. Yeah. So guys, I am going to wait for the 3 minute on this, but this should drive us up to this high and then this buy side. 3 minute closes in 2 minutes. Especially because of that SMT, like Tristan pointed out. I'm going to be very patient on taking this. I'm already telling you guys that this is going to go. And I'm probably going to miss the trade because I'm waiting for the 3. The 2 minute did not close above yet either. So this is what I think they do this. They're trying to stop out traders who take the 5 minute and then they inverse the 3. But they do it so quickly that you don't get an entry. But we'll see what happens. If this is going to wick, then obviously I'll be wrong. But see if we got the close above, guys. No close above. Come on, give us a close above. No close above on the 3. And no close above on the 2. No close above on the 2 either. I still think this is going to work, but I can't take it, unfortunately, till the next 3 minute candle close, which is at 24. So this might go without me, unfortunately. We also have a 1 minute here that you guys can consider taking if you want, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait for the... That's crazy, guys. They closed this trade above the 5 and the 1 minute, and they still dumped us. That's wild to me. Oh, we did sweep this 1 minute buy side too, which I didn't even look at. So something I missed, we swept this, so that could easily be why we're rejecting here. But I still think this will be a long setup. Yeah, they're going to push it here. I'm telling you right now. Okay, guys, I'm going to end. This is a funded account, so I mean an eval account, so I'm just going to enter. Stop loss will be back down here. Take profit will be at buy side. I think I'm going to try and hold this even higher. If we get it. If not, guys, I'm going to get stopped on this trade, but it's it's an eval account, so. Dell says wait for the SMT, bro. I'm putting a hard stop on this too. So is that a 2 minute close above? Okay, so we got the 2 minute close. Stop loss will be a 2 minute close back below the fair value gap. Which is on the 2 minute right here. So if we get a 2 minute close back below here, guys, I will stop this out. What keyboard is that? Are those the LED ones or whatever? Or the ones that go... So you can see here we're trading back down to the 2 minute. I think this is going to push us to buy side. But we shall see. That make the sound. Are they expensive, Tristan? I have just a regular Mac keyboard. Okay, so hopefully we form an OB here. What do you guys think? Should I hold this? If it works, should I hold it all the way up to... I think I'm going to sell 5 up here and 5 at the buy side. So I'm going to sell 5 here if it works, and then I'm going to sell 5 at the equal highs. So I'll take a partial and then another partial. The 3-minute did just close above 2, by the way, guys. So technically your entry would be here, so you would have gotten a lower entry. And the stop loss on this trade now is a 3-minute close back below. So how are we doing on the 1 minute? 1 minute has not closed back above. Technically, guys, your stop to break even should be when this high hits right here. But should I do that for the sake of the... I think I'm not. I think I'm just going to hold it. Because this is a funded account. I mean, an eval account. I keep messing that up. So what I'd like to see is no stop at this high. I think I want to see it just keep pushing. But if you guys are risk averse and you're in a real account, move your stop to break even when this high hits, guys. Please. For your own sake. So again, guys, my stop on this trade is going to be a close back below on the 3-minute. But if you guys want to, you can, again, either take partials here or move your stop to break even. If you're in a real account, move your stop to break even to where your entry is when that high hits. Because this is going to be like a manipulation day. They're going to make it very tough. Hopefully this just pushes though and we don't stall at the high. Did we take out the buy side on NQ? Okay, so we just hit the high, guys. You should move your stop to break even if you're in a real account. I'm not because it's a funded. Excuse me. NQ did just take out this high. We still have more buy side up here. Once this buy side gets taken out, I will move my stop to break even though on this trade. If and when it does, right here. Hopefully I don't get stopped out, guys, but I'm thinking this is bullish. Also, I have a Corsair Canadian Platinum. It's getting old and dirty. I didn't feel like taking it apart. Oh, Corsair. I have a Corsair mouse. Okay, guys. If that high gets hit, again, I'm going to move my stop to break even. And then we're basically going to be banking on... Okay, my stop is at break even, guys. 5 contracts off at the buy side above. And then I'm going to hold the rest to the equal highs. So I'm basically banking on us having a huge push today. Very risky, but should still work. So technically, guys, if I would have been patient, my entry would have been down here at the 3. But I chased price a little bit, anticipating that this 3-minute would inverse. And so you guys can see this was a manipulation. I don't know if they're catching on to inverse fair value gaps or what. But we took this 5-minute inverse. We did not sweep buy side, and they closed back below it, only to close back above it, which is pretty crazy to me. But hopefully this ends up being a positive trade. So again, we hit this internal buy side. So if we're going to do some kind of crazy manipulation here, then I'm going to get stopped out on this trade. But the theory is that we're going to go back to buy side or high of day and then take out the first internal high here and hopefully go much higher. So my second TP is going to be at the equal highs. which are I'm putting my sell limit a little bit lower, but yeah, bro, if they're catching on to IFVGs, then I'm cooked. Keyboards are just the most annoying things to clean. Can the market makers also trade? If so, how do I become a market maker? Well, bro, I heard there's an application online. Just log on to icttrader.com, and there should be an application you can fill out to be a market maker. That's what I was told. Holy crap, guys. Tesla's back up to 400. What the hell? Almost 400. Dude, I'm making so much money on Tesla, but not just from the shares, but selling my calls and puts. I printed like, I don't know, close to 5 grand just in the last 15 or 20 days off of selling options against my positions. I think it's like 4.5, but still, it's better than nothing, just letting the account sit. Now, I lost like $80 per share on Tesla because of the drop from 488 to 395 or whatever it was, but or to 400, but still. Okay, guys, so if you want to take your profits at high of day, you can. I'm just looking for buy side at minimum. And what I'm going to do, guys, here's what I'm going to do, actually. Instead of selling 5 of the equal highs, I'm going to sell... I'm just going to keep selling one contract at the next high. So I'm going to sell one here. I'm going to sell one here. And then I'll sell... How many is that left for me? 3? I'll sell 3. Bro, did they just miss my TP? Better not do that. Okay, so technically, guys, you should have sold some there, but I think that this buy side's going to hit now, so I'm holding. All right, so there's 5 off, and now we are going to sell. I'm going to modify my order, so I have 5. And now if the rest get hit, guys, I could care less. And my next levels are going to be the equal highs, and then the next sets of buy side. So I will be right back. Congrats if anybody else took that trade. Again, we had one loser on my funded account, but again, that was just me being an idiot. I didn't move my stop to break even. It's just such a small account for me that I am a little bit more risky with it, especially because I had confidence for the day, and you can see that buy side hit. And then we're just going to leave runners. Now, if the rest of my position gets filled, great. I'm going to make some good money. If not, I still locked in like, what, 325 for this account. So also this is a 250K account, so I need to make 20K profit, and so far we're only at 5K. So I need to make quite a bit more on this account. So that's why I'm leaving runners, and I'll be right back. I'm making coffee. Stick with me. Wow, I didn't get stopped out. That's crazy. All right. How do I... Let me modify this order, guys. So the reason I came back in without my coffee is because I have to modify the order if I was correct. Guys, did anybody take this trade with me? Also, if you haven't liked the stream, guys, it really helps the algorithm if you do. And if you don't, I've said this before, but you're dead to me. So better like the stream, guys, or that's it. Dull. Yeah, bro, I can't... Bro, the coffee, the water didn't boil yet, but listen. You guys have to have priorities in life, okay? If you don't have priorities, you're done. You're cooked. It's over. All right. So, yeah, guys, make sure you like the stream. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Nice to be locked out so early. Going to do some cleaning, and then it's gym time. You know, Tristan, I'm happy you're going to the gym, bro. I'm happy you take creatine. And, yeah. So nobody else took that trade, huh? Doll, you didn't take it? You're our little secret. Oh, without liking the stream. Well, you know what, Doll? You're dead to me, bro. Don't be like Doll, guys. Because if you try and hold back a secret, if you try and hold back a butterfly, and you don't let them bloom, or the caterpillar bloom into a butterfly, you're holding back the butterfly from its potential. Do you really want that? Do you want that for the butterfly? I don't know. Yeah, I did a back day yesterday. I did chest the day before, so I think today is gonna be leg day. I actually have a friend. He's 6'7", and I think he claims to have like 1100 testosterone, but he looks like a shrimp. Okay, so I'm putting him through training pretty much every single day. And he's coming with me to the gym today to do legs for the first time, or the second time, so we'll see how that goes. It's weird, though. Everyone's testosterone impacts them differently, apparently. Like, I don't know if you guys know who Alex Hormozy is. Apparently, he had like 300 or 400 testosterone, but his body was able to use it more freely. I feel like with test that high, it would be very hard to be skinny, even at 6'7". Well, he's like super tall, so I think that and he struggles to get, well, he doesn't struggle to gain weight because he can get fat, but it seems like he might struggle to gain muscle because his frame is so wide. Guys, you see how guys, do you guys remember yesterday? I told you guys to bookmark it. I said, it's actually wild. I'm too good at this. I literally said once this liquidity gets swept, if we got a 5-minute IFEG, that would take us all the way up to buy side to the equal highs right here, and this is where we're going. It's just wild. Like I don't miss. It's pretty fucking crazy. Like literally, I said timestamp it. Now I don't know if the 5-minute held, so it technically did manipulate us down here. So you would have lost in the 5-minute, But I told you guys that I took a swing trade on the hourly. Oh, here. So when this hourly closed above right here, I took a swing trade, stop below the new week opening gap, and I held it to this buy side, but because I wasn't sure what Asia was going to do. But I told you guys that we should see these equal highs today. This 5 minute, Tristan, was this power hour? Yeah, I think you're right. Or no, didn't the market closes at 1400 Eastern, which was here, no? Am I tripping? Guys, sometimes my timing, thought it was 1400, no? No. 1600 is when the market closes, which was here. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm tripping. But yeah, that was like a power hour manipulation, it looks like. But there was a 5 minute, and technically it worked to the internal high that I told you guys about. I called this live on the Discord, by the way, under the live alert section. I'll show you guys right now if you don't believe me. Okay, so I'm on the Discord. Streamer mode is enabled. What does that even mean? Live alerts. Oh, I didn't call it. Never mind, guys. I called it after the fact. But still. Yeah, that was my bad. That was when I wasn't on the computer for. But I did say in the live stream yesterday that this was going to go all the way up. How many? I have 4 contracts left. Am I at 4? How do I modify this order, guys? Do you guys know? Oh, I have to go to trade of 8. Orders. Edit sell limit. Stop loss. I'm going to move my sell stop up a little bit. I think I'm going to sell one more. I'm going to sell one here at the bottom of the new week opening gap. I'm going to sell one at the top of the new week opening gap. Slightly above them, I'm going to sell one at the equal highs. So let me sell just in case we have some kind of crazy manipulation, guys. So this is going to be my, or I'm going to sell 2 up here. Tristan, I know, bro. It's crazy. I just know, like, the market, it's listen, I'm not a market maker, okay, guys? I'm not a market maker. I want to be a market maker, but I'm not. But I'm telling you, eventually, when you see the market enough, you can make a pretty good assessment of what's going to happen. Now, could I have been wrong easily? Yes. Did I take a trade? Did I put my money where my mouth is and gamble something? No. But I did see an opportunity, and when the hourly inversed, I took it. Now they can't make you a market maker. You'd be too devious. Bro, I would cause some havoc, I think. All right, what I'm hoping for, guys, here is just a complete push to buy side, get rid of the equal highs. We'll probably go higher, but I have a feeling we might potentially get a rejection on QQQ around the so I'm not going to reveal this system, guys, but I have another system that I use. This level right here, I have a feeling we could potentially reject from. I might be wrong, but I believe QQQ is going to go to the 519.16 level today, but we'll see. But my main target is equal highs on NQ, so we'll see. That was the QQQ chart, and if I didn't already say that. Oh my god, I can't stop looking at Enphase, guys. I've collected so much money, so much premium selling puts on Enphase. I think I alerted this in the Discord too. Let me check before I make a fool of myself. Sometimes it's hard for me to track what I added or what I alerted, but I believe I did. Yeah, so we were selling puts on Enphase, and I'm still looking to sell more. This contract that we sold in the Discord for the January 17, 315 puts, I believe these are up like 90% now. And I sold calls as well. And these are up like 95%. So these are all printing. Enphase is also up like 90%. But I will be selling another round of puts on Enphase if we have another down day, by the way. Okay, so hopefully, guys, now we get this a new week opening gap to balance. On NQ, let me check NQ. Okay, so NQ, we did technically touch the new week opening gap. You can see they're different. MNQ's is much smaller. Oh, what's ES? Whoops. So maybe like you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take them at the mean threshold of the NQ fair value gap. So in this case, it would be right here and right here. I'm going to do that because I don't care about the MNQ new week opening gap. So if QQQ starts to reject there, you close your NQ position. No, I'm just theorizing. It's the system is not 100% accurate. But I just use it as a basis. But no, I wouldn't. I'm just going to keep my sell stop where it is because I still believe these are going to hit. It's just like an extra confluence. So I'm not going to explain again exactly how the system works, but these white dotted lines are the least valuable. The colored lines are more valuable, and the different colors are even more. So blue is the least colorful, least powerful. Yellow is very powerful, and then I don't know if there's any orange lines here yet. No, so there's no orange lines yet, but if there's an orange line, it's a quarterly level, which is much more powerful. So those are what I take into more, I take those more seriously. Let me check out what's going on with TLT. Okay, so guys, I'm going to give you a quick little lesson here. This is something that I will be adding, and I'm going to give this to you guys because you're in the stream. I may have talked to you to some of you about this in the past. But TLT is a treasury bond ETF. It tracks 20-year treasuries. When bond yields start to come down, bond prices start to rocket. They're inverse. This tracks bond prices. And we're trading into this monthly fair value gap. We've already done it once, and we're doing it again. I think this is going to be a great spot. Powerful as in draw on liquidity. Yes, dull. Or, yeah, draw on liquidity or like just general support and resistance. But, yeah. So TLT is in a monthly fair value gap. I think this is going to push. Once the Fed starts to cut rates even further, if they do, depending on how inflation comes in, this chart is going to be really good. And also, you're locking in like a 4% dividend, I believe, right now if you buy shares. Again, not financial advice. Do your own due diligence on this, but I think TLT is going to be great for the future. But yeah. Wow, interesting. So NQ. Oh, hold on, guys. I do have to sell one at buy side. Sorry. I'm going to sell one at buy side, and then I'm going to sell one at the mean threshold of the NQ fair value gap, which is up here, or a new week opening gap. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, sometimes I'll use that purple chart I showed you guys as confluence for what my trades will be. This has been a really good trade, though. I'm not going to lie. So what can easily happen here is we get like some random dumps, and then we get more IFEG setups to the upside. But I think ultimately these will be the draw. The only issue is that I don't want a lot of trailing drawdown on this account. So it's a little tough not to take profits, but whatever. $255. Oh. So yeah. So nobody else took any trades today? I find it hard to believe that none of you are degens and that none of you took trades. So how do you deal with it when you were manipulated out of a trade you were correct on? I mean, most of the time, Tristan, I just sit out. Like you guys saw in my funded account, I took one loss and I was done. I signed out of the account. I immediately went to an eval. It comes to a point, I don't know how long you've been trading for, Tristan, but I feel so much worse if I lose and I keep trading and I end up having a much bigger loss than if I just leave the account. If I just quit. It's like literally that simple. On my funded accounts, I typically take one trade. On my cash accounts, I typically take one. Maximum I take is two in a day. I never take more, but on average, it's about, I think my data shows I take 1.5 trades a day. Or like 1.4 or something, I don't know. I took a very small 1-minute inverse earlier before open. Okay, that's good. Is my cleaning lady here? Hold on one second, guys. I just want to check if my cleaning lady's here. 1 second. All right, she's here. By the way, guys, this is my little mini schnauzer. Say hi, Lulu. Oh, Lulu. I'm going to keep her in here because she likes to bark. 851 Cibi inverse is what you took. All right, so I got one contract sold there. Oh, I'm really hesitating if I should take another. I'm going to take one more, guys. I'll leave it at the high. Okay, maybe she wants to go out. Never mind. Oh my god, she's such a... So... Oh, whoops. Never mind, guys. So I think what's going to happen here is we're going to push to the equal highs, but I'm going to lock in most of the profits here, right, with one more contract, and then I'm going to sell. So I'm going to modify this to, wow, is it rejecting right before it hits my next one? Okay, while we're waiting for that, let's look at some other stocks. You guys have any stocks you want me to look at? I know most of you are not really long-term investors. I think you're just day traders, but... Dude, Celsius looks so good. So I did not alert this. Well, actually, I did on the live stream, but I didn't take it because I've already made some good profits with Celsius. This daily fair value gap, we closed above, and now I think this is going to take us higher, but we'll see with that one. Let's look at Tristan's 851 Cibi inverse. I have a shit ton of Walmart stock. Other than that, oh, Walmart is a great stock to own. Fantastic. Like really good. What we were saying, 851 Cibi. Oh, you took this to the upside, Tristan? See, that is a little bit suspect. Because this candle closed within this 1 minute. We did take some obvious sell side, but we had some more sell side below. But not terrible. Not terrible. Excuse me. So yeah, guys, I'm just gonna basically eat the trailing drawdown on this. It's not gonna be too much. And just hope that we get our limit orders to get filled. I have them take it out of my paychecks at the max. Oh, that's right. I remember you saying you worked there. Let me look at Walmart really quick. What is it? WMT? Yeah, Walmart. That's what I thought. Yeah, I mean it's so hard to invest in something that's literally doing ridiculous. Look at these. Look at this. It is wild. On the daily, bro, crazy what Walmart's like. Look at the weekly chart. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come down and test the weekly FEG. Doesn't have to, but seems likely that we're going to go somewhere into here. Then maybe get a nice bullish reaction out of there. It was at 150. I think they did a 3-for-1 split. Yeah, sounds about right. So Walmart looks really good, guys, but there's nothing to do with that stock. You just have to buy that and hold it, honestly. So interestingly, NQ is rejecting from before the mean threshold of the new week opening gap, which is the 50% level, right? I have the magnet tool on, but let me take it off quick. 50% of this gap is up here, so we missed it, which tells me we're probably going to go higher here. But we'll have to see what we get, right? I honestly should have taken this with heavier size. I was going to do it with 20 contracts, but I did it with 10, but it's okay. Yeah, Tristan, probably not, bro. I don't see any way that they're going to go out of business. I mean, if there's a bunch of people that that steal, maybe, but that's happening everywhere, bro. Like, I live in a really decent area in Los Angeles, and even my area, it's gone over the last like 15 years. It's gone a little downhill. There's been like some shootings at some of the parks near my house, which were it used to be like parks I used to play soccer at and stuff. And then like at one of the Targets near my house next to my gym, there's always police right outside because there's a Target right outside the gym, and there's kids that come in and steal, like all the time, and they stop them. But it's just crazy, like that. If you go back like 10 years, none of that shit was happening in my area. So this should push us higher. If I don't have the 30-second chart, but there's probably a 30-second inverse here. We swept liquidity. I'm guessing that's going to take us back to buy side, but who knows here. Now, if they aren't profitable, Walmart will just close the store, but the stores that do have those problems do not do extremely well, that don't have those problems. Yeah. Bro, you know how many, like, I think Amazon, Starbucks, all these places closed down in San Francisco because of all the crime. It's pretty crazy. But yeah. So what I'm noticing too, I think what was happening, guys, that my computer was freezing. I think there was some issue with my laptop. So I have a laptop next to me that's open and it has Bluetooth and it's connecting to my Corsair mouse. And I think something was like tweaking out my computer and causing it to glitch. So I turned off all the Bluetooth on my laptop and hopefully we won't get any freezes on the live streams. But you guys, for those of you who maybe are just tuning in, I don't know if you are, this 3-minute inverse was where I technically entered the trade. I front ran it a little bit, so my entry was a little higher with anticipation that we were going to go to buy side and to equal highs, which I still think are coming. Now, if you want to enter a trade, I would highly suggest you wait for a setup because we're so high up here that it's just tough to really enter anything. Looking at the 15... Yeah, I mean this could end up rejecting here, but I highly doubt it. My guess is that these equal highs are coming next and buy side, and then probably the new week opening gap. But I really am hesitating as to whether or not I should take more of my trade off here. What do you guys think? Should I take off a portion of the position, or should I not? There are like 10 Walmarts in the city that I live in. My store's already at 113 million. Oh, that's crazy. Wait, 113 million in what time frame? Fiscal year's February to February. Oh, I see. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, they're definitely not going out of business. Um, Anybody else in this Discord? I mean, in the live stream apart from Tristan, do you guys have any long-term positions? I'm not going to show you guys my portfolio, but I'll tell you this: the majority of my money is in Tesla, SWVXX, which is a mutual fund that allows me to collect interest while I sell puts, AMD, ASML, and Occidental Petroleum. Those are my biggest holdings. Now, guys, this is what really pissed me off. So, the biggest loser I've ever had, and it wasn't a loser, I didn't lose money on it, but it was missed opportunity, was Nvidia. Let me go to the monthly chart and see where I was looking for. Was it the 3-month chart? What was I looking for on the weekly? It wasn't. I think it's when I was back when I wasn't using the logarithmic charts. Let me just look at the regular chart quick. So I had a order that I wanted to get filled at like this fair value gap right here at 10.58. I think at the time it was like $91 when before the split. This was where my order was for Nvidia. We took the sell side liquidity, but I was hoping for a trade into this fair value gap on the monthly, and we missed it. And then this happened. I had an order to fill like $10,000 or $20,000 at the time in Nvidia. That would have been worth so much freaking money. So dumb. I have half a Bitcoin too, but I don't think that really counts. Tristan, that's great, bro. I have a little more than that, but I still think that anyone that has like at least 0.10 to 0.20 of a Bitcoin in the next 10 or 20 years is going to be very happy. But not financial advice. That's obviously extremely high risk. But it's less risky now that BlackRock owns it. And Larry Fink, and if Bitcoin becomes a reserve for the US, ooh, that's going to be ridiculous. I think we'll see candles like we've never seen before. So I actually have a bet on Polymarket. Let me go on. I can't log into my Polymarket. Wait, sorry guys, I don't have a bet on Polymarket. Never mind. You're not allowed to have Polymarket in Los Angeles. I was mistaking it for another site. But I know that you can bet on Polymarket if Trump is going to have, if it's going to make Bitcoin a reserve currency. And yeah, if I was a betting man and I could bet in the United States, I would bet there. Tristan, I am not, bro. Trust me. I don't know what's a VPN. Is that value price numbers or something? I don't know what a VPN is, guys, so I don't know what he's talking about. Damn. Honest mistake, I suppose. Yeah, bro. I don't know. Yeah, guys. I think that Polymarket is it's illegal to gamble and bet on Polymarket, and if you're doing that in the United States, you're a bad person. And I just think that you should be punished. Okay? So don't do that.
There's some really cool odds here though. Will Apple? So one of the Polymarket bets. I'm just looking on the site, guys. That does not mean I have an account. I'm just looking at the site. Polymarket. There's a bet that you can for Apple to be the largest company at the end of 2025. There's a 42% chance that Apple's going to be the biggest company, and you can bet no against it. So when I was looking at that, the odds were 59% no. You'd have to bet 59 cents to make $1, and it's already up like 10% from where I was looking at it. Trump positive favorability on inauguration day. Wow, high odds for this right now. 75% chance. Will Trump create a Bitcoin reserve in the first 100 days? Currently, there is a 23% chance of him creating a Bitcoin reserve. No joke, the United States needs to legalize online poker. Do you think that it's realistic for Apple to be? Tristan, the first question, I think it's very realistic for Apple to be the largest company, but I also think I think they are very overbought in comparison to other companies. They lack innovation. Yes, their products are fantastic, like their new Mac Mini and their chips. Their AI, they're slacking on really heavy. Their Vision Pro was a flop. Not saying that means that they're not going to be the biggest company, but I think there's definitely potential for like the Microsofts, the Nvidias, and maybe even Tesla to be larger than it. Maybe not in a year, but yeah, the Vision Pro could have been crazy, but I just don't think people are ready to have like goggles on their face. I don't know. This virtual reality stuff needs to be a lot sleeker. It can't be these massive like bug eye fly goggles that you wear on your head. It's not realistic. It's like too, in my opinion, it's just like we want the future to be futuristic and we want all those holograms and stuff, or at least I think that's where it's going. Not necessarily that we want it, but it needs to be more sleek and designed in a way that, like, I think Zuckerberg is trying to invent some glasses that do it, but the glasses are a lot sleeker. Gooning in the gym with the Apple goggles. Yeah, so I think they definitely need to be done better. And for those of you who are asking, or nobody's asking, but I can imagine somebody is thinking right now that this is a good time to short. Look at this structure here, okay? There's no fair value gaps forming. There's no real inducement. I don't see this being the top. What I would like to see happen is maybe a manipulation up to the equal highs, and then maybe we get a short from the equal highs. We'll see. But this does not look like this is a topping pattern to me. It's too consolidated. There's no fair value gaps that have formed. It's possible that we reject from here and go down, but I think this is going to go higher. Maybe we get an inverse below this liquidity and then go higher, but I don't think this is the high just yet. This structure doesn't seem like a top pattern to me. But yeah, I think if you're betting on Polymarket, which you shouldn't be if you're in the United States, guys, I think the bet that Apple will be the largest company in the world at 42%, I think you have good odds of making some money off of that if you bet against it. Because the nice thing about Polymarket is you can sell your position at any time. It's not like you have to wait for the time to be done. It's like a market. It moves up and down, so you can sell your position with limit orders. I have a friend, not me, who bet on the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight. Bet for Mike Tyson, sold his position in the first round very early when there's a bunch of fluctuations, and ended up making money on Tyson even though he lost. My friend. So that's how you know you can actually make money off of betting on fluctuations, which I think will happen with the Apple situation. And maybe the Bitcoin reserve, if like there's some rumor that comes out, maybe they'll spike to 50%. If you're in a position, you could sell it and then make some profits. But bro sold calls on the Tyson Paul fight. I wish you could sell. I think you can sell some form of calls on sports betting, but not on normal brokerages. I don't know how you do it. Don't even ask me, but somebody told me about that. I forget who. Guys, can we just get my order filled so we can get off the charts? Once the equal highs hit, guys, I'm gonna get off. Let's say this order gets filled, right? And then we get a strong push and then we close back below. I'm going to get off the screen and just leave this. Because I have a feeling if we don't run this in the next macro time, which is at 13:10, this is going to take forever. So I'll probably stay on until the 13:10 macro to see if my take profit hits. And then if nothing happens, then we'll get off the screen. But we'll see. Also, what's crazy, guys, I made a video, a YouTube short on Riot that I literally said in the video, I made the video on December 30th. And I said that by the time this video comes out, the video's coming out like in the middle of next week, Riot will probably have already rocketed. I was adding the position here, selling puts in this area. I think I alerted it in the Discord too. Let's check. Swing trades. Look at this, guys. I'm on the wrong screen. December 30th, swing trade opportunity on Riot. I am personally in this trade with a cost basis of 929. But if you have not gotten a chance to add Riot, we are in a great spot. We inverse the hourly FEG to the upside after trading into the daily gap. This is when Riot was down here. I said there was this wick. Now look at Riot. So we are printing on all the puts that we sold. Our position is printing. I did not add personally because I'm already in it with a lower cost basis. But I'm telling you guys, this shit doesn't miss. It's crazy. If you guys aren't in the Discord, I think you're missing out. But that's up to you. Okay, so we got a big push down here, swept liquidity here on the 1 minute. So hopefully this will be the driver to bring us up now. My guess is that this is going to take us back up to this buy side and hopefully back up to high of day. Then hopefully we get the equal highs and then hopefully we get a dump. Riot is up 15% today. What the hell? I was expecting a push, but not that kind of push. That's crazy. By the way, guys, if you want me to sing on the stream, I'm thinking about doing a subscription service for my singing. Okay, I sing a lot of tunes. I sing Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells. I sing a lot of different stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, I'm going to charge $199 a month. So let me know if that's something you guys would like to see in the streams. Separate stream, obviously, but still. All right. Whistling stream confirmed. Bro, one of my friends is such a good whistler. He started a TikTok because I told him to. Because his whistling is so good. But he doesn't whistle anymore. He sings. His name is Daniel Avi. If you guys look him up on YouTube, DANIELIAVII, I think is how he says the name. Who knows? Maybe he'll be the next best thing in the world. We'll see. The next Billie Eilish. He sings like Billie Eilish type shit. Great voice. Sounds like the dude from Coldplay. Do 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 do. How's MicroStrategy doing? Ooh, bro, people were selling puts on this because it looked like nice premium. I think this thing is a suspect for sure. I would definitely not suggest you guys invest in MicroStrategy, but that's up to you. I also have a friend who had $400,000 in GameStop, and he ended up making a shit ton of money on the push to like 81 or whatever it was. I think it was here. He was holding from all the way, like he was averaging down here, 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 and then on this push he made back. He was able to get past his break even, which was around 26 a share, I think, and he sold it like 50 or 40. I can't remember, but he made a lot of money on that. And I need you today, oh Mandy. Let me look at the higher time frames and see if there's something I am missing. So what we could do here, guys, is trade back into the 5 and the OB. It's possible. Any equal highs that are forming on NQ? No. Let me look at the 15. We're also in a 15-minute fair value gap here, so maybe that ends up being where we push. I'm not sure. But you guys can see we are rejecting from a new week opening gap. Doesn't look like a topping pattern to me still. But there's no really good IFEGs. We do have this. But so far it's not a confirmed IFEG. And it's also really small. Three-minute kind of looks like an order block. Yeah. Not the best because... Yeah, I mean, it looks like an order block to the downside, you're saying. Or are you saying like this is one big order block? Because right now we just got a 3-minute close below this, which makes this a bearish order block, which I don't like. Whoa. Yeah, that was a bearish 3-minute OB, unfortunately. But what I'm guessing is that we're coming down to test this 5-minute to go higher. I should have sold one more here, guys, but I didn't. That's all right. Still doesn't mean that the bull run is over, but we could easily come down, sweep liquidity first, and then go higher. And I swept you away, oh Mandy. Do 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 do. And I need you today, oh Mandy. Dude, Riot is the best performer of the day. That's wild. What's the worst performer? The VIX is down 6%. How is gold doing, guys? I am looking at gold potentially for a long-term ad. We are getting a push here. I would love to see the sell side on gold at 210. That would be really nice. Really, really nice. I don't know if we're ever going to get it, but... I will probably go to Dubai and buy some gold chains. Excuse me. Sorry if that destroyed your mic or whatever. That was a loud sneeze. But if we can get down to this sell side, I'm going to fly over to Dubai and buy some gold chains. Buy gold at a discount, and then I'll resell the chains later. All right, this 2-minute doesn't look half bad on NQ. Oh, I already have it drawn in, but it's actually smaller on MNQ. Let me look at NQ again. So if we're bearish, guys, this is going to be a bearish, and we're going to test the 5-minute, and then we'll probably go higher later. But let's see what happens here. Let's see. So I theorize, guys, if this 2-minute closes above, then we'll go back at the buy side, and I'll be able to sell another contract on my position. If we never close above, this will come down, test the 5-minute fair value gap, and then go higher. That's what I'm anticipating here. If I'm wrong, guys, I'm fully in take profit here. This is all playing with house money now. I entered here, again, sold buy side, and we're holding the rest for the equal highs. So I'm hoping that this 2-minute closes above. It closed above on MNQ. Let me check NQ. We also have a volume imbalance right above it, which I'm not very fond of. I'd like to see the volume imbalance close above. So far it's a rejection. And again, I'm anticipating that maybe this 5-minute fair value gap gets tested. And then that we can go higher from there. But we'll see what happens. I want a gold Cuban or a rope. I have a gold rope chain that I taught myself as an investment. Really was just a naughty pleasure. Yeah, bro. I mean, it's hard because it's hard to time gold. And I don't know what's going to happen with gold and Bitcoin. And I mean, I think that diamonds and gold are both fake. They have fake value. Gold has more value now because it actually has some rarity. But once we start like mining into space or doing whatever Elon wants to do, I think gold is going to be virtually valueless. And if Bitcoin actually becomes a reserve currency and people use it as a store of value, then that's going to go wild. But again, it is definitely riskier than gold at this point. But that's why money is made, right? You don't make money on low risk opportunities. Okay, so we are almost closing above. I've never played Minecraft, but I get the comparison. When is netherite dropping? What the hell is netherite? Guys, I played a lot of FIFA when I was younger. A lot of FIFA in college and a lot of Call of Duty. And I played Fortnite for the beginning when it was like 2018, but that's all that I've done. Also, I bought Ethereum at $30. Never bought Bitcoin because it was too expensive. It was only $3,000 at the time. And then I also bought this basically like, I don't know what they called them, like meme coin. I think it was a meme coin, not even a meme coin. I don't think there was even such thing as a meme coin back then. But in 2017, I bought Decentraland at like 4 cents or 10 cents, I forgot, or 14 cents. And it ended up going to a few dollars. So I made some good money off of that. Come on, bro. So we did get the 2-minute inverse here, guys. So in theory, we should go back up to this buy side at minimum. Hopefully the 3 sets of buy side up here. But it looks like we're forming low resistance liquidity. They might be saving this for later. So just be aware that this could be a fake up move to drop into the 5-minute and then get a long setup later. What I'm going to do, guys, I think I'm going to sell 1 NQ here. Okay, so I'm going to sell 1 NQ just because I think this could potentially be a downside move. I'm going to modify my order. I'm going to put my stop loss over here. And then I'm going to just let the rest be sold at the equal highs. In fact, I'm going to change this. I'm going to do 1 at high of day, or a little higher than high of day. And then I'm going to sell 1 at the equal highs. Just want to make sure that they're at the same level. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. LMAO, it was a new tier that was dropped a while ago that is better than diamond and gold. Is that for Call of Duty? Or is that for something else? All right, I'll be right back, guys. Wow, thank God I sold a contract there. So you guys see that it's generating all this low resistance liquidity. So my guess is now we're going to drop into the 5, rebalance it, and then go higher if we're going to go higher for the rest of the day. So this is what retail would call a massive bull flag, right? If we look on the 3-minute chart, looks very bull flaggy, and I would expect this to potentially work, but maybe we get like a manipulation down into the 5-minute and then a 1-minute inverse from there. Wouldn't be surprised to see that. How often in your experience do bull flags work? Most of the time, Tristan, honestly, they don't. I mean, I think it really depends, but I don't know. It's hard to put a number on that. But a lot of the times they fail, especially when everyone's expecting them to work. Yeah, maybe like 40% of the time. I don't know. It's really hard to put a number on that. But I view them, but I also look at what I think market structure is doing. Like in this case, I think we're coming down here to balance the 5. So what will maybe happen is we get like a fake push above the low resistance liquidity, come down, rebalance the 5, then get an inverse to the upside. Like they can make this very tricky. And it's all designed to make retail traders or retail pattern traders and money chasers fail. And I just noticed, I feel like the markets are trading. It's more and more difficult to trade the markets. They make things more and more complex. Maybe, I mean, I only have like 5 years of market experience, so it's hard for me to base what, price action was like less than 5 years ago or more than 5 years ago. But I've seen some very complex things like this, for example, this morning, guys. I had very strong conviction these equal highs are going to hit, and I still do. This 5-minute inverse should have been the setup, okay? But what they did, hold on one second. They created this buy-side liquidity, didn't close above, then they basically allowed people, I mean, I was smart and entered on the order block, and they stopped people out on this liquidity. This should have been the trade. This should have been a 5-minute inverse all the way up. But the fact that they closed above, swept this liquidity, dumped it below, and then brought it up afterwards with a 3-minute, which came from this right here, which is what my entry was for today, they made it super difficult. So how do they or the algo decide when to run and stop people out? I don't know, bro. It's so tough to know. But I've said this before, but I think that what they do, I think that the algorithm has a set path it can take. There's like 3 or 4 different paths for the day. And not even 3 or 4 different paths for the day. 3 or 4 different paths for the specific model it's in. And based on how many people are long and short or whatever, how many calls or puts are in the market, it does what is the least favorable. And then it will take the trade. So it's basically looking at how many orders are in the market, and it takes the path that stops out the most liquidity and then runs the opposite direction. So if a lot of people are anticipating bullishness today, they'll try and do something to stop out liquidity to the upside. So in this case, the 5-minute inverse got dumped. They took this liquidity out right here. Then they reversed it. But I don't know. It's super tough to know. People call that, I believe, auction theory. I don't know. Maybe auction theory is more to do with buying and selling, but I believe that the algorithm picks up on how many orders there are in the market total. I don't know how it does that because there's so many brokers. And then it like decides what path it takes based on that. Maybe it's truly random. The algorithm, I mean, maybe it doesn't take that into account, and some days are just harder to trade than others, and they have like a set parameter for why that is, based on like the holiday season or what news is coming out or whatever. But it's super complex. A lot of the times the setup would absolutely work, but recently I feel like I've seen this exact thing happen. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I don't know if it's because we're close to the inauguration and the markets tend to be super volatile, and maybe they like up the algorithm's intensity during the inauguration season. I don't know. That's all speculation to me. What I do believe in it is that there is an algorithm, and it's reasons that I can predict that we're going to equal highs the day before it happens, when we're whatever 300 points, 400, 500 points down below it. What were we at here? 2100, and we're now at 21,500. And I predicted this was going to happen today. I predicted a 500 point move. So things like that, it's hard to not believe there's an algorithm when you see somebody saying that this is going to happen. And yes, could I have been wrong? 100%. But like perfect equal highs always get hit in the futures market. Always. Yeah, I agree, Tristan. I always am curious about why it is that it happens the way it does. But at the end of the day, does that really make me money? No. But it is interesting to speculate on. Okay, so the 2 minute. So you see how we closed above, guys? I sold a contract because I thought this was going to generate LRLR. I think this is going to bring us down to the 5 minute fair value gap now. If I was a betting man, which I am, but not in this situation. I'm not betting on it going down here, but I think the 5 minute will be balanced. Now we are trading in a 15, so we could easily pump from here. But again, I'm in a position. I don't have to worry about taking this bet, and I would never take anything in this. If I was not in a trade here, guys, no way in hell I'd be taking a trade in this. This is disgusting price action. It will never be favorable for you. When we're in premium of the range and you try and take a 2 minute inverse like we did right here, you're asking for a smoking, right? And I think now it's going to stop out this liquidity that was long, trade into here, and then maybe we get the longs from there. I don't know. But eventually these equal highs will hit. How we get there is going to be tough to know. If there's an obvious 1 minute fair value gap and I'm not on the YouTube live stream, I will obviously call it in the Discord. So you guys will see that if I'm at the computer. Oops. Also, I've been making a lot of YouTube shorts recently. I gained like 50, close to 50 followers in the last 2 days, 50 subscribers, because I figured out this template for YouTube shorts. Like I just make it super simple. I say like I make thousands of dollars daily and weekly using a line in a box. And it pumps, yeah, I was at like 280 on December 31st. So I got like close to 50 subscribers off of 2 YouTube shorts. And each one has like 600 or 700 views. That's pretty good percentages. So I'm going to try and keep that template. Let me see. If I had 650, 20 subscribers, 25 subscribers out of 600 times 100%. That's a 4% return. That's pretty good. Yeah, bro. I'm really happy with the growth. I mean, obviously growth can always be better. Okay, nice push here. But yeah, my goal, ideally, by the end of 2025, I want to have 5,000 subscribers. That's the goal. So we'll see if we can get that. But yeah. Also, guys, I'm probably going to be moving to Austin, Texas, sometime between March and March and May. And what's going to be nice is it's going to give me more time to do my real estate stuff before the market opens. Because if you guys notice, a lot of the time I'll start streaming around like 7 or later because I have a lot of stuff to do with clients. So hopefully I'll be able to start streaming earlier once that happens. And it'll be easier for me to stream the 5:30 data candle setup. So that should be good. Man, guys, so basically now what we're waiting here for is all this LRLR is forming. This is all algorithmic price action. It's trying to generate liquidity. Then I'm guessing we're going to trade into the 5-minute and we're going to get a nice pump above the low resistance liquidity and up to the equal highs. Which makes me really want to move my stop loss back to break even. And also, to be fair, I have taken off most of the contracts. I've taken out 8 out of 10 contracts. So I think I'm okay with getting stopped out or holding it. Because I don't think, if we're bullish, guys, we should not come back down to my stop loss. Because we have this order block here. We have another 15-minute fair value gap right here. It's pretty tiny, but we still have it. So the only way I'm going to get stopped out on this trade is if we get some kind of a crazy wick to the downside. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case, though. But you guys can see this is all algorithmic. Trend line, trend line, trend line, trend line, trend line. Do we have equal highs too? Let me check NQ. Don't think we do. No, we don't. But this is all trend line liquidity, and it's all algorithmic, and eventually it's going to break out to the upside. Question of when, we don't know. But yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, so we're getting a dump now. Again, my guess is that the 5-minute is going to get rebalanced. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Am I betting on it? No. But we can easily come back into this 5-minute and then potentially this 15-minute fair value gap, which is interesting. The 5 and the 15. Oh, no. The 5-minute is a little bit bigger, but you can see where the 15 forms between these two candles. So what I theorize, guys, is that hopefully we get a dump into here and the 1310 macro. If you guys don't use macro times, you definitely should put these on your chart. ICT macros by Cognito on TradingView. And you can take a screenshot of this if you want. These are the macro times that I personally use. Now, I normally trade in the morning, so I use these first 3. Sometimes I use the 1310 macro, but not often. 1515, very rarely. If I do use this, it's going to be for 0 DTE options. Sometimes I'll buy 0 DTE calls if I suspect that there's a model coming that's going to push us a lot higher for the day. And then sometimes I have that like this, they call it power hour. If I see like an obvious set of equal highs and we're trading much lower, I'll do like a small risk 0 DTE play at during this macro time. But take a screenshot of that if you guys haven't. New week opening gaps, also super important. I used the previous 20 gaps. This is the one that I used by Kryptonite. You can take a screenshot of this if you want. But that's what I use for new week opening gaps. And then that's pretty much it. No other indicators on my chart. I do use midnight opening price and London Asia macros. I have them labeled on my chart. You can see midnight is a super important level because we bounce off of it a lot. It also can be used as a target for longs. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So do you guys see this, how this is all algorithmic? Like, you can argue that this is buyers and sellers creating this, but I'm telling you right now, this is all algorithms. And it creates a basically perfect trend line, and then eventually we manipulate to the downside, maybe take out liquidity, trade into a 5-minute gap. Also, you have to realize a lot of people have their stop loss. I'm going to delete this buy side right here. A lot of people have a stop below this low right here. If I go to the 5-minute chart, It's a fair value gap, but it also pairs up with liquidity. So a lot of people have a stop resting here. So what they could do is fake to the upside, come back down, stop out liquidity here, and get the real inverse from the 5-minute fair value gap. So yeah, but you guys see, because I anticipated this trend line forming, I sold an NQ contract here just in case we were going to come down further. I could technically add more down here, but I'm not going to. I'd rather just either get stopped out at break even and get a nice move all the way back up to equal highs, or just let it be, right? By the way, guys, I will call this in the Discord soon, but I am looking to sell another round of covered calls on Tesla. We're up like 98% on the covered calls that I posted the other day. So once we get back above like 420, 430, I will probably sell another round of calls, but they're going to be like 0.3 delta or a 0.2 delta. So maybe like a 560 or a 600 put call. But yeah, I'll let you guys know about that in the swing trading or the option selling section. Okay, so you guys can see here, we're probably coming down to the 5. See let's study what happens at this low, right? This is a area where a lot of liquidity is resting. So the algorithms like to drive price down to these lows, stop out longs, and then potentially bring us higher. So we'll see if I am correct on my theory here. And then, like I said before, guys, this macro at 1310. Is this the 1310 macro? Yeah. This should be, if we're bullish for the rest of the day, which I believe we are. I believe this is forming a low resistance liquidity or a trend line to get broken later. The macro times are typically when the moves happen. So the algorithms use these specific times of the day as times to generate liquidity beforehand, and then they deliver to where they need to go during the macros. So we'll see if I am correct on this. Is there any more news today, guys? Does anybody know? If I look at the economic calendar, not really. There is an FOMC member speaking today. So there is a possibility, guys, that we're going to see a random big bullish candle. They're going to blame it on an FOMC member speaking. Okay? That's definitely a possibility here. So don't be surprised here. People are going to be like, whoa, what happened? What happened? And there's just this massive giant green candle. They're going to blame it on a Fed member speaking, but in reality, it would have happened whether or not the Fed member was there. But because there's Fed members today, maybe the algorithm chooses this pathway. I don't know how it works, again, guys, but don't be surprised if you see something like that. Let me look on FinJuice quick, because that's a little bit more detailed. I want to see how many Fed members are actually speaking today. Ugh, I can't even look at FinJuice right now. Hold on, guys. I have a social media blocker on my computer, but it's glitching, and it's some for whatever reason it's not allowing me to view certain websites at certain times. I have to fix it, but just know that there are Fed members today. Today is the 3rd, right? Yeah. So don't be surprised if you see a big bullish candle at some point. So is anybody okay, so there's a nice candle there. So pushed above. Now, is that going to be where the market follows through? I don't know, but we'll have to see how it delivers here. Again, I'd rather see a trade into this first. So like this is a pathway that I envision happening. So hopefully they induce traders long with something like this. They bring it down into the fair value gap, and then we get an inverse here to drive us all the way up. That would be the optimal setup here. So I'm going to keep this on the screen so you guys can see it. Let's see if my thesis comes to fruition. On NQ, so you can see here, So people are thinking this is going to be a breakout. Currently, we are trading into this 1 minute FEG. Again, guys, this is all speculation for now. Nothing I would bet on. But watch how we behave in this 1 minute fair value gap. If we close above it, hopefully this high comes next, and this high and this high. But ideally, I'd like to see it be fake, come down, and then go higher. Now, if it breaks out, it breaks out. I could care less. And I'll still make money on it, right? Because my position is all the way down here. But at this point, it's just studying the market and studying PA and studying fair value gaps and studying trend lines to just perform better in the future. So just watch how we behave in this 1 minute. If we close above it, note if we go up to the next high, if that ends up being the low here, you can study the other time frames, and there's nothing really on the other time frames. So nothing I would take here. Way too small for this to be a good 1 minute inverse to the long side. I'd rather see this reject, trade into the bullish fair value gap, and then get the long. So again, hopefully this is a manipulation to get traders long, dump, and then full reversal. But we shall see. We shall see. So who else is in here, bro, apart from Tristan? Do I know any of you? I want to get to know people that are watching the stream. And also I want to know what you guys trade. If you guys are NQ traders, if you're swing traders, option sellers, what do you do? And what brought you to the stream? Got to get to know people. So don't be shy if you're in here. And also let me know if you are if you're a retail trader, please guys, learn ICT or just learn liquidity in general. If I could say one thing, don't worry about fair value gaps as much. The number one thing you need to worry about is liquidity. Liquidity meaning like these wicks to the downside. In this case, why I was so bullish this morning. Obviously, we had the hourly fair value gap that I longed in the Asia session. But this is buy-side liquidity. This is buy-side liquidity. This is buy-side liquidity. Basically, everybody who is short the market that's been making money to the downside had their stop losses above this high, and above this high. So I believe all three of these are coming to stop out long traders because the algorithm tries to generate liquidity and stop out traders. That is the whole purpose of the algorithm, is to generate liquidity and stop out traders. Man, you're all shy, huh? Nobody wants to talk. Okay, if you're not going to say anything, at least if you guys could like the stream, it would be greatly appreciated. Helps the algorithm, helps more people see. Don't be like Doll. Share the love. And if you don't, I am a market maker, if you guys didn't know. So I will hack into your trading accounts and I will steal all your money. So beware. Guys, what if this actually rejects right from where I said and that we come down? That would be wild. Okay, so what really needs to happen here, again, we should just completely dump here, or this is just doing the thing where it comes up, retests the trend line, and goes up. Doll, I'm just away from my computer. I'm feeling the reverse from that IFEG. Which one, Doll? This 1 minute? Please don't take this 1 minute long, guys. This is a terrible 1 minute setup. Please, 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 please don't take that. But we're going to study here what happens. We closed above. I bet you we're going to close below here and potentially come all down and take this liquidity out. That's what I'm betting is going to happen. Or we're going to just use this as support to go higher. Either one works. Doll says no. Which long? The makes out IFEG? Doll, what the hell does that mean, bro? The 5 minute. This fair value gap right here? You're saying use this to go higher? I don't know what you guys are saying. Dal is typing just to type. Mark it out. The market out IFEG. The market out IFEG. Is that a new ICT concept that I don't know about? I wish I knew what you were talking about, doll, but unfortunately I don't, bro. So, oh, you're saying you want to take a long out of this 5 minute? I mean, I would rather you take a long out of this 5 minute than take this 1 minute inverse, because this 1 minute inverse is trash. Please, guys, if you ever see like a tiny 1 minute for value gap, that is never the right one to long. Even though it does work sometimes, it's definitely not the best one. I'm telling you right now. Especially when like we have this retail trend line, we broke out of it, everyone's like, oh, let's long this. It does work sometimes, but most of the time they fail it, sweep liquidity, stop out the longs, and then they go higher later. Excuse me. I also don't like when we break out before a macro time. It signifies to me a fake breakout a lot of the times. And then they'll deliver it down in the macro, just like I have here. Bro, imagine if it follows this path exactly. All the retail traders full ported. So here's the thing I was thinking, Tristan. And I actually have a friend in one of the old Discords that I was in when I was learning how to trade. He trades ICT just like me. His name is Leopard. Really good guy if you guys know him on X. But he was paid by a Discord. I forgot the name of the Discord. I think it was the Rock Trading Chat or something. They're on Telegram. And this guy literally purely just trades retail concepts. And they lose majority of the time. But the guy makes so much money because he's a really good marketer. He has a ton of Discord followers or Telegram followers or whatever. If you just follow these retail guys that lose like 70% of the time, you don't even have to have a model. Basically, your model is just inversing retail. And you end up making a ton of money doing it that way. So you guys can see here, if you took this 1 minute inverse, we closed above, then we closed below, now we're closing above again. When you see this, guys, if you close above an inverse and you close below it, then you close above it again, especially when it's tiny like this is a signal to me that PA is about to behave really badly. Now, it could be, there are situations where it does it one time, it closes above, below, and then back above, and then goes. But most of the time, this signals chop and manipulation. So what I'm figuring is going to happen here is we manipulate to the downside. But yeah, I don't know. It's not something I'm betting on, but I'm just letting you know that when you start seeing fair value gaps getting closed above and below, above and below, above and below, it signifies that PA is consolidating because we did have a huge move up, right? We had this manipulation, and then we had a distribution. Now we're consolidating. So be very cautious. After big moves, you end up losing a lot of money in these chop scenarios. At least retail does primarily. So really, if I just get a couple thousand people to believe in my trades, then I can become a market maker by telling them to do something and then doing the opposite. That's a little bit, that's a lot of loop-de-loops there. I think what you really need to do is find the most retail by-the-book trader that has a lot of followers and do the exact fade him every single time. Sometimes you will lose, but the majority of the time you're going to win. Like, I have, I would say, a 65 to 70% win rate, 20% break even, and then whatever else is a loss. But these retail traders, if you fade them, bro, you have like close to 100% win rate. Much better than me, so. Yeah, I mean, and also, Tristan, you have to think, I mean, in theory, trading is a zero-sum game, right? For every time you win, somebody's losing. You're taking liquidity. You're generating money out of thin air, right? There's a few different things you can do in this world. You can provide a service, which is like, for example, I have an education Discord that's providing a service to others. I have a real estate business, which provides a service and a product. Or you can just be liquidity. Those are the only ways to make money in this world. Service, product, or liquidity. If you can offer one of those things, you make money. So in the liquidity standpoint, if you're offering liquidity to the marketplace, somebody on the opposite end is losing money to you winning, or vice versa. So, yeah. Going to check the Top Step House account. I want to see this Top Steps traders. Okay, look at this, guys. We swept liquidity again to the upside. I think this candle is going to drive us down to this liquidity now, if I had to guess. inducing traders long. Now it's possible that we come down to this liquidity right here, this little low, test the bottom of the trend line, then rip. But my guess now is that this is inducement to drive us all the way down to the 5 minute. And then we'll get the longs later. I'm telling you, this is how the market works. They love to F over as many people as possible. Wait, Tristan, is the Top Step House account, can I view that online? Or is that like a free viewership, or is that something you only get if you have a Top Step account? You guys see how this manipulated exactly what I told you guys was going to happen is happening right now. Look at this, guys. I was so close, too. I said we're probably going to go close to this high, dump. I think we're going to trade into here, and then hopefully we get a 5 minute inverse, 1 minute inverse within this 5 minute fair value gap. This is where I believe the market's going now. To trade and refill this area of unfilled orders, this 5 minute fair value gap, to deliver us higher. I'm going to move it to the side so that PA is a little cleaner. They're all talking about flat earth theory. Not as funny. Tristan, how do you get access to the Top Step chat? Do you have to have a Top Step account? Because I would pay to be part of that community. I would pay. Guys, and here's another thing. Sorry, I'm getting text. Yeah, if you guys can find me the most retail chat ever, I will pay for it, and I will put that as a channel in my Discord, okay? I'm going to label one of the channels Inverse Retail Section. And every time they take a trade, we will fade it. And we'll actually run an account up and see what that is. If it will profit or not. I'm willing to do that. I really am. Crazy work. It's just their YouTube live stream. I have YouTube blocked out right now for my social media blocker. They have one guy that trades ICT, although he tries to make it as least obvious as possible. Bro, people that trade ICT and they pretend not to, you might as well just freaking admit it. Like, I mean, ICT concepts are unique, but they're nothing that's like never existed before. Like fair value gaps, I think he did technically create, but liquidity, which is the most important part of ICT, it's not an ICT concept. Liquidity is obvious. Seeing where wicks are in the market and where stop losses are has been known for a very long time. All right, guys. So again, once the 1310 macro starts, if you guys are tuning in, this is very important. If you don't believe that the markets run on an algorithm, they do. These algorithmic times, 950, 1010, 1050, you can screenshot this. This is typically when the market moves. And the indicator basically places them on your charts. So I know at 1310, I'm expecting a move to happen. So it doesn't always happen that way, but most of the time within these algorithmic timeframes, we get the delivery to where we want to go. In this case, we have perfect equal highs right here on NQ. I know that you can't see them, but on the 1 minute chart, they're perfectly equal. I believe that is where the market is headed today. And I am long again from down here. We took a beautiful 3 minute inverse, and we have taken off most of our position at the internal buy side here on the 15. But I really also do like, so if you look at NQ on the 5 minute chart, we came up to the buy side liquidity, but we haven't even filled 50% of the new week opening gap. So at minimum, I'm expecting this high to get hit again today. And then I think that these equal highs will be next. But especially when we come into a new week opening gap and we don't fully fill it, my expectation is that we're going to fill it. And the fact that it's also very close to these perfect equal highs tells me that this is going to be a good signal for the market to go long. One of them is on there every now and then and blew his XFAs and can't pass another combine. So who pays them, Tristan? Are they paid by Top Step to stream? Or are they just like profitable traders that are just choosing to trade for Top Step. I'd be curious to know what they how that structure works. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So you guys can see here, looking at the 3-minute, if you look at the trend line that formed, we did technically come and test the bottom of the trend line, and now we're pushing. But I still do not put it past the market to deliver us below this low 5-minute fair value gap to the upside. One of these pathways is going to happen. Either it's going to deliver here, or this is the low and we're going to go up to equal highs. One of those two things is what I believe will happen. Guys, also, if you're in the stream, I don't know how many people are in here right now, but if you're in here, make sure you like the stream. It really helps the channel out. If you like it, it helps as well. And if you don't, you're not my friend. It's that simple. We can't be friends. But yeah, guys, let's see if this plays out. Again, this is all speculation because we don't have to balance a 5-minute fair value gap, but I would like to see it. Now, if this is the low, which it easily could be, then this is where we're going to push. I'll take one more contract off. Again, guys, I had 10 MNQ, so one NQ contract. And yeah. I appreciate that, Tristan. Even if I'm not right, directly, most of the time, yeah, it does end up going to where I say, but sometimes, obviously, your models do not allow you to enter. Like, even if I believe that the market's going to go in one spot, then I sometimes am wrong on the timing, but it's okay. We still follow a model, and my data shows me if I follow my model, then I'm profitable over time. So you guys can see on my funded account, I did lose a 5-minute trade. I will be transparent. We took this 5-minute inverse. It closed above. I was in profit here, and I was honestly stupid. I didn't move my stop to break even because it's a funded account that I'm just trying to rack up to 53K. And I was such a small win that I just wanted to hold it. But I should have moved my stop to break even at this high after entering on the OB, because if we were truly bullish here, we should not have came back down and tested the OB. But you can see here, I got stopped out by literally a couple of ticks right here on this Wix low. I moved my stop to break even. We came down one more time, and then the real move happened. So if I just, if I would have left it, but that's all hindsight. But again, on the eval accounts, we are up pretty heavy right now. So how big of a buffer do I keep? It depends on which funded account I'm on, but obviously I only have 50Ks right now. So I try and get the accounts up to like 60, and then I'll start to withdraw normally. I'll withdraw like 3,000 to 4,000 at a time, but that's the max. I always like to keep a heavy buffer just because like I just don't want to deal with having to like completely draw down an account, which doesn't happen often. It happened a few years ago and before I became profitable, obviously more often than now. But I like to keep at least 60K in the accounts. Like a 10K profit or whatever it is, or 7.5K, I don't even know what it is. By the way, have you guys ever gotten rejected from a payout? I have gotten rejected with a payout before, but now that I only take one, like I average again, like 1.5 to 1.4 trades a day, like if you average it out. Because of that, I typically don't get rejected. But I only use Apex and my funded futures. And so far they've been pretty good to me. I've only ever used Top Step. I think Top Step is good, bro. Do we know how long Top Step has been around? Because I've heard a lot of good things about them. I just know that Apex and my funded futures have been around for a while. Yeah, bro. If you like these people that barely get any payouts, and take a ton of trades and don't really have a set model that's easy to like see that they're using, yeah, they're gonna get rejected. And when you're taking like 12 to 20 trades in a day, I mean, it's very unlikely that you're profitable. unless you have some kind of like a micro scalp strategy. But most of these people do not have micro scalp strategies. They're just going on tilt and over trading. But yeah, also once you get like, I don't know what it is, 5 to 10 payouts, then I think they end up becoming a lot more lenient on allowing you to get payouts. Because it's almost like building a credit score with the company. If your credit score is high with your credit cards, then you get a lot of loans. And did we just form equal highs here, guys? No, we didn't. So look how we came super close to this high and we rejected. This is all just consolidation. But yeah, if you have like a good credit score with a prop firm, then typically they're more lenient with giving you payouts. And then I think eventually if you get really good, they'll actually give you a real live account and they copy trade for you. I mean, they copy trade your trades on another account, and then they also book profits off of your profits that you make. I think with Apex, you keep 100% of the funds up to 25,000 on a funded account, and then anything after 25,000, you keep 90%, and then they take 10. I think, is that how Top Step works too, Tristan? You keep 100% until 25K, and then anything past they give you 90%. Let me check the 2-minute chart quick here, guys. Yeah, there's nothing here. There is, if you are trading this right now, you are gonna probably get smoked. I think you keep 100% to 10K, then 90-10. Okay, I mean that's fine too. I like the fact that Apex gives you 25K, 100% up to 25K. That's on a 50K. I don't know about other accounts. I've never used 250Ks yet, guys. This is the first 250K I'm ever trading. Yeah, and the nice thing I really like too, so I don't care how good of a trader you are, guys. There's always potential to go on tilt. No matter how good you are, there's traders, it happens to everybody until you get to like this crazy mindset point where you refuse to take more than one loss in a day, which I think I'm at that point now after 2.5, almost 3 years of being profitable. So you guys saw that I took one L on a funded account out. But even with that, I have all my accounts on Tradevate, even my cash accounts, and you can set a max risk on the day. And then they lock you out of the account until after market close, I think. So even if you go on tilt, I have a set max risk for the day on every single one of my funded accounts, which is $200 per account. And I'll be transparent with you guys. Though I am a profitable day trader, the majority of my money comes from swing trading and from option selling. And obviously dividends and growth from the companies that I'm in. And that's pretty much it. So I don't really make a ton of money day trading. I mean, sometimes I'll make thousands a day, depending on what account I'm using. But most of the time, the money is coming from swing trading. My goal is to hit a live account on Top Step, then eventually move to a live account brokerage. Yep. Once you hit live on Top Step, they close your funded, so you can't copy trade anymore. I don't really see a point to trade and share the profit after that. Oh, really? You can't copy trade after you're live? On Top Step, I have a max loss and max trade per day limit set. Oh, wait, Tristan, on Top Step, you can set a max amount of trades per day? Because I overtrade and go on Monkey Tilt. Wait, that's really cool. TradeStation doesn't offer that. Oh, Apex. Whoa. So if I'm on TradingView, Tristan, if I have my Top Step link to TradingView, you can set a max loss and a max amount of trades you take per day. Are you 100% that you can set a max amount of trades per day? Because that's exciting if you can, and if it actually locks you out. Yeah, if you can confirm that. I've tried to look up the different brokerages and different prop firms. I've never seen one that allows a max amount of trades per day. That I would feel like would be very difficult to implement. Max loss is pretty easy. Um, yeah, max loss is easy because it's just a dollar value, but trading means they'd have to be able to restrict you from clicking the buy button, which from a coding perspective, I don't think that that's possible, but maybe. I might be completely wrong. But yeah, if you actually can set a max amount of trades per day, and you can and they actually hold you to it, and they lock you out of the account or whatever, or stop you from clicking the buy button, that's crazy. 3-bar reversal. It's a new feature that works on Top Step X. No way. Wow, that's crazy. So if you have a Top Step X account, you can set your max amount of trades per day. That is wild. And wait, Tristan, are you on Top Step X? Because I have no idea what the difference is between a normal Top Step XFA. Is that what that means? X funded account, so like a Top Step X funded. That's crazy, Tristan. So I'm actually, just because you said that, I will probably open some prop firms with Top Step X. I locked myself out and didn't hit my limit, but yeah, I can't trade anymore. Well, I get that you can't trade now. Oh, Top Step X is their own platform. That's interesting. Not the poopy ass Trade of A ones. All right. Well, I'll have to talk to Top Step and see, because I love TradingView. I'm not gonna get off of TradingView. Maybe Top Step X is good. Maybe I'll switch if they can do that, because I love that idea of max amount of trades per day. That just really, really solidifies being able to take A plus setups, because if your brain and you're in the back of your mind, if you know that you can take as many trades as you want, I don't care how disciplined you are, you can end up over trading. Top Step X uses TradingView charting. Okay, so I can use a Top Step X account on TradingView, and I can set a max amount of trades per day. Tristan, this is why there's very few profitable traders. It's because the markets are so open to interpretation, and you are free to do anything. Even if you're a very disciplined person, like I have a lot of willpower when it comes to lifting weights consistently, my diet, I have very easy willpower because it's black and white. It's if I eat this amount of calories or I eat this amount of protein per day and I exercise this amount, I do this much cardio, I will see results. But with trading, it's not that simple. It's not black and white. So there are going to be days where you might not feel the best or whatever, and you go on tilt. And even if you set yourself a promise that you're only going to take 2 trades a day, you end up taking more. That was the biggest issue that I had as a new trader, and that happened for like almost 2 years, where I would set myself promises and then I wouldn't follow them, and that's why I was never profitable. Now, I've developed my brain to the point where I only take 1 to 2 trades maximum. But even with that, it's still a good idea, because you're only human. It's still a good idea to set limits. Yeah, and the fact that if the company is able to restrict your trading to the maximum, um, if it can really limit you, then you basically have no choice, and then it really forces you to take optimal setups. Okay, so you guys see here we're in the macro time, and now we're delivering. Like I said, we didn't quite get to the 5-minute fair value gap. It's still possible. If you're in a long here, I mean, personally, I will not be taking any profits until high of day and equal highs, but we can easily reject from any of these trend lines, by the way, just a heads up. So I'm going to sell one at the... Actually, let me look at the new week opening gap quick. Yeah, guys, I am going to sell one at high of day, and then I'm going to leave the runner to the equal highs. That's how I'm going to end today. If I get lucky and I get it, great. If not, it's fine. TopStep X uses TradingView charts, but you cannot trade on TradingView with TopStep X as such. Oh, so you can't even trade on TradingView. So you have to click the button on the TopStep X website, is what you're saying. Like you have to click the buy and sell. I mean, I have a lot of monitors, so I think that's fine. But so basically I just need someone to confirm to me that you literally cannot, that you can set a max amount of trades per day. If you can do that, then I will get some TopStep X prop firms because that's prop firm accounts because that's really good. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Are you gonna stay in here or go? Hold on, Lou. Hold on. Wow, these are blurry. Damn, so you guys see how we came up to the internal high there? Tristan, my Discord name. I don't really even know what it is. Can you guys see the screen here? User settings. Streamer mode enable. What the hell does that even mean? I'm not in stream. I have no idea, Tristan. Do you, Tristan, do you have an X account? Like Twitter? If you guys have Twitter, then you should be able to send me pictures there. For whatever reason, it said I have streamer mode enabled on Discord. So yeah, add me on X. I am the Checkmate Trader, or Checkmate Trading. I don't even know, guys. Check the description of this YouTube video. There should actually be a link to my X account in the description of the live. You guys see here that we swept this buy side and now we're immediately rejecting. My hope is that this is going to be close to the low and then we're going to go higher to buy side. But we could easily now reject down to the 5 minute and then get the long. Too many confluences. Castle Capital, that's right. I think that's the @ for my X. And then the actual username is like Checkmate Trading or something. It's either the Checkmate Trader or Checkmate Trading, I'm not sure. Doo-doo-doo. How long have we been live for, bro? I don't even know. Oh, live for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Wow. So you guys can see here we broke out of the trend line. We took out this buy side. I really think this is going to go higher, but as much as I believe that, there is definitely still a possibility we can come down into the 5 minute first, then get the long. The market loves to do that type of stuff. But we will see, guys. Again, my entry is way down here, so if this is bullish, there's no chance I'm getting stopped out. Again, I could care less. It's free money at this point, but we really want to see a bullish reaction here. Yeah. Let's take a look at Riot again, guys, while we're waiting. I want to see what the cryptos. How's Bitcoin doing today? BTC is at 98. All right. So, guys, and here's another thing. I told you guys the most important thing in the market is liquidity. We swept this internal low. We do have another low that we didn't sweep right here, but it doesn't need to go all the way down there. But you can see here that everybody that was short or everyone that was long Bitcoin had their stop losses below this internal sell side on the daily chart. And immediately after sweeping it, we got a bullish reaction. Now, technically right now, we are trading into this daily FEG. But if we close above it, guys, then this high should be next. If you're trading this, stop to break even there. And then I would partial in this daily fair value gap and then just leave the rest. But Bitcoin could easily run here. That's for sure. Okay, nice big push here on the 1 minute. So hopefully this is the low and that we continue higher. But we can easily come back down, sweep this, then go higher. This is why you can't really trade this. This is all gambling, right? If you enter long here, it's just a gamble that we're going back to all-time highs. You don't know for sure. We can come all the way back down here first and then get the long. So this is what I'm saying is that the algorithm has a path it chooses. So if somebody's longing this today, they might get lucky. They take their partial at the all-time highs. But the risk to reward here is terrible, right? You're looking at look at your TP here. It's like at all-time highs or high of day. Stop loss on this trade. Where do you exit the trade? You have no idea. There's no like obvious section to stop the trade out. So there's no model here. Now technically there isn't even a 1 minute inverse, so don't like that at all. But yeah, guys, I'm running my last contract here and then my runner to equal highs. So once it hits, if it does on this, hopefully we get the setup here to high of day, then I will have my last contract. I'll probably move my last runner. I'm going to move my stop to break even at these lows right here. Because if we come back down below this low, then I would say that market structure has potentially shifted, and then we'll probably come down and trade into the 5. So this is what I'm talking about to manage your risk, guys, too. You have to know when is going to be good to move your stop to break even, when you should be moving it higher. If we go to high of day, guys, and we reject, odds are we're going to go back down to the 5 minute gap. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to delete this for now. If we sweep high of day and we don't get an immediate bullish reaction to buy side, then I will probably, we're probably coming back to balance this 5. So we'll see what happens. Also, we have a new week opening gap, which is the high of it is right over here. If you look on NQ on the 5 minute. So you guys can see, I told you that we're probably going to go back to high of day because of the fact that we only got to 50% of the new week opening gap. So what will probably happen here is we'll go up to the top of the new week opening gap and then the equal highs. If we don't end up getting to the top of this, I mean, we could reject from the top, so many different scenarios, but now that this has happened, guys, I will move. First of all, I'll change this to 1 contract because that's all I have left. And I'm going to move it to this low right here, maybe 1 tick below. Because if we are truly bullish, guys, we should just run this. We should not stall. This should be like that breakout trade that everyone wants. You guys can see the trend line worked out perfectly. Label it in black so you can see. We broke out of the trend line. And then, how do I make this good? Okay, right here. We retested it, or let me take the magnet off real quick, guys. Hold on. We retested it, came slightly below it, and now we're pushing. So this should be it, guys. And really what I should do here is move my stop to this. What I'm going to do, guys, here actually is move my stop up here. Because if we are truly bullish, this should just deliver us to buy side. If we come back down here, I mean, it could stall. It could come back down to the 5 minute. So you can see here on NQ, we're very close to the top of the new week opening gap, like I said. So this should either be the top or it's just going to push us all the way to the equal highs. One of the two is going to happen. And what are we at the TradeAway account? 55.5. I need to size up on this, guys. It's too slow. I have to make 20K on this account. So hopefully we'll get some good trades next week. But a great way to end the week. Should get a very nice finish here. Wow, Tesla's up to 400. Let's go. This could also be the start of the longs for Tesla, guys. If this 4-hour inverses, then I would expect this high to come next, and then hopefully we fully rebalance this and then just keep pushing all the way up to 600 something. But we'll see what happens with Tesla. And the beautiful part, guys, is these trades work on everything. Like swing trading, long-term trading, ICT concepts work all the same. All right, let's take out the equal highs. Wow, we came one tick to the equal highs. Hopefully it just takes them out. We came so close on NQ. Look at this. So close, but not quite there. So what they like to do sometimes too, guys, is bring it right up to the equal highs, and then they would dump it. All right, so I officially got out of my position there. Full TP. That was wild, guys. So good trading today. Good trading. Trading the 150s with Top Step. If it's a combine, I will do 5 minis and then 10 full scalps. That's good. All right, my dog is tweaking, guys. If we get a really good short setup from here, I'm going to call it in the Discord. I don't expect a short to happen, but if we get a really nice inverse, I will let you guys know. What was the total P&L for the trade? I have no idea. This account was at, I don't know, 254, so like 1,500, I think. I'm not sure, to be honest, guys, but something like that. I should have sized up. I thought it was on NQ, but I was on MNQ. I should not be trading 10 micros on a 250K funded. I was completely not paying attention. But yeah, guys, so if I get a really nice inverse here on the downside, if I see something, I will call it in the Discord. But I wish you guys the best. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, blah, 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 blah. You know the deal. But I hope you guys enjoyed that, learned some stuff, and I will see you next week. Also in the Discord, I'm going to tell you guys about the economic calendar for the week. We'll go over the days that are best to trade, and then we'll do that live next week, hopefully. So with that being said, guys, peace out and have a great weekend. Peace out, Tristan. Peace out, 3 Bar, blah, 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 whoever else is here. Yeah, peace.